Boy Kid, okay, so Boy Kid just won first place in his Pinewood Derby and won crowd favorite. Heck yeah, Melissa, that's got to be exciting. That has got to be exciting. Okay, I'm just going to go through the comments. Hopefully, I can see everything over here. And if not, I've got you on Elder Swifty over here, so I should be able to see both sides. Moderators, whoever is here on the mod team, you should be able to pin. I will try to keep my eyes. I can only see the pin side if I'm on my phone. It doesn't show me what's being pinned on the studio side. Okay, so while we're doing that, we're just trying to bring in the buddies. So before the song ended and I went live here on the mic, I did a quick video for our story side to get some buddies' attention. Discord's been alerted. We're just going to do a walkthrough of the Work Buddy Discord server because I know we had a lot of new buddies coming in. And even buddies who've been around for a while are new to Discord side. Or we've just been faking it till we make it and we want to learn a little bit extra. So if that is you, then you want to be in this live. So we're going to do a walkthrough and then we will do some questions and answers. So if you have any questions, go ahead and write them down. So make sure you have a tablet or paper or a notebook or something. As I'm going through, if something pops up, write it down because then when I call for the Q&A, they can all be in relatively the same area of the chat, which will make it easier for not only me to see, but for moderators to pin anything that I may have missed, So that's how we're going to do that this time. All right, second year in a row taking first place, and he's the youngest. And look at him go. That's super exciting. You haven't seen me in forever. How are you doing things progressing? I've been gone for a while. So the week before last week, so I've been active for about 2 weeks after a hiatus because of Helene and everything that brought to our lives. So we are trying to get back in the saddle. Everything that's been happening here on this app, it's kind of brought me back. I think I kind of needed that push because I was having a hard time getting my feet back on the ground with my normal life schedules. And so I will be here until we can no longer be here. But behind the scenes, we've just been locking in places wherever Work Buddies should have a presence. We've got hosts who are learning new software programs and studio programs between Twitch and YouTube as we're trying to kind of divide and conquer. And then I'll be here again until we can't be here. Remember, we're only on a 75-day extension for this app. I think we're 70 days left of that extension. We don't know what's going to happen. We could still have this app just be gone one day when we wake up. So as a community, for myself, I'm just trying to be as visible as I possibly can over here. And then getting ducks in the row, in our rows in the background. And then the other hosts are just, again, they're kind of floating around and figuring out what works best for them. Some hosts have deleted this app off of their phone and they cannot retrieve it back. So that's why it's just kind of all over the place. We're faking it until we make it, So in the meantime, we're working and focusing on building the community and making sure we can grab as many buddies before we are no longer visible over here. And bringing everybody into the Discord that we can, but also just making sure that you know where to find us when you can't find us here anymore. So I'm glad that you're here, Miss A. If you are wanting to learn Discord or you're not in the server yet, you can go to work. Actually, that'd be a great thing to add over here. So we're going to do some live editing right here. Give me a second. I will to the Discord server. Go to https://discord.gg/workbuddies. Okay, that's one way. Or find clickable links at workbuddies.net. So that's a few ways to get into the DC. Where did that go now? Text. Find me. Right here. See, this is why we have this empty space. And then we see how that looks over here. Great. So now people know how to get in. So if you are not in our Discord, go ahead and get yourself in there. Just get yourself dropped in. That way you can kind of follow along with me as we start doing things over here. I'm going to be walking you through. So once you get into the server, you're going to be in the landing page. You're going to read the rules, accept the rules. Once you do that, your buddy tag will happen and you should be able to see the welcome channel. And this is where we're going to kind of start the walkthrough. Cookie Cutter 73, you can download previous apps that are no longer in the App Store for Apple users. Anyway, so welcome, or thank you for sharing that. I know that somebody else had said their husband was able to do that. So maybe look in like your cloud apps and see if you can re-access your TikTok from that way. And then there's just some people who are like, meh, I'm kind of over it. So that's why we're doing this. We're trying to make sure everybody is out there. Putting a question out there. In the Discord server, I can never find the schedule anymore. I'm sure it's me. We have not had schedule being posted. I know that Ty kind of kept it going for about a couple weeks after Helene hit. So you haven't been missing anything. And again, we're going to walk everybody through all of that. Welcome back, Mickey Mouse. Missed you on live. So glad yep, we're doing as well as we can be. In this area, it's still very much in your face of what everybody here as a community went through. Our property is slowly getting a little bit better. We've dumped some money in there. We're still locking in contractors and working with insurance and FEMA and all the stuff. It's getting harder to keep up on what needs to be done. So if you're in that situation, I feel you. We are all kind of just trying to get through it together. Okay, I don't think I've missed anything else. We were all just kind of popping in and hanging out and getting buddies brought in over here. We were sitting about 21 buddies, so hopefully we have enough people in here that we can go ahead and start doing the walkthrough. So I'm going to do my best to not pay super close attention into the chat. That way we can just kind of get through the basics. And then remember, if you have questions, go ahead and write those down. And then when I'm ready to, I'll start having y'all post those questions. Or if there's anything that you're like, oh, Jamie, buddies should know how to do this, save those for question and answer time as well. So I know a lot of us who have been part of the Discord server for a while, we've kind of had to learn this whole platform together. So there might be something that I don't think about. So all of our, everyday DC buddies, think about the things that you wish you would have known coming in so we can walk our new buddies through that, okay? So Miss A, you haven't really missed a lot. Like I said, we've just the host team has been carrying us while I've been MIA because for a good 4 weeks, I was completely off the grid. I had no access. And then, processing and getting everything back into as much order as we could. So all of that took a lot of time. And then, now we're in the processing and grieving stage as we're coming out of survival stage of that. So it's just going to be a while. It's going to be a while. Okay, so when you get into the Discord server, again, I can't really show you the first part that you'll land in, but once you get that buddy tag, you should notice that your name is in this pretty little teal color. If it is not in that teal color and it's white, that means you don't have the buddy tag. You're not going to see the majority of these tabs over here. I know this looks overwhelming. There's so much updates that have happened, not only between just DC making things better, but as we get more people into our server, we unlock new things. And as we have more boosters in the server, we unlock new things to make our server a little bit more cohesive and easier to use. So again, we're sitting at 15 boosts. If you're able to help boost the server, not only does that mean you're trying to help support the community, but you're also unlocking new tools that we can use to make the Discord a little bit more streamlined. So DC may change as I start trying to catch up with the process, but we're going to try to keep it as simple. We like simple and easy to see and easy to know. So that is the plan behind any updates we do to Discord, is to keep that simple and easy for us. Once you get in here, we have some sections of the DC to kind of break it down for you. Right here is the buddy teams. You can kind of see anything, like if you wanted to join the host team, there's a link in there. You can get yourself in on that host link. I am going to be honest, I'm probably going to lock that down so that I can catch up. And there's a lot of updates that I need to do to the form and get all of our current teammates to do their recommitments as things have pivoted and changed. So we're going to be playing a little bit of catch up, but that's where you can find that. And if it is unlocked, that means we are taking in requests as we start building our team and branching out. The announcement channels here in the welcome channel is everything that we want to make sure it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. So I try to keep it simple and easy here, so we'll walk through that. Once you've got your buddy tag, and again, you can go through with me. I am on the desktop version of Discord. It's going to look a little bit different than mobile side. We will eventually be able to do a mobile walkthrough. I just got to make sure we've got the proper connection so that whatever I do on my phone, you guys will see there. So Griffin and I are working on what we need to do that, and then I'll probably do a little practice round. I don't know if that will be here or if that's something that we don't have access in this studio platform. We might have to just do it over on YouTube. So there's that. Announcements is a place that you want to make sure you are following. And if you have your own community, we are mixed into so many other different communities here. Your server, you can follow. So if you just hit up here, you can follow this channel. So anything that happens here will go to your community server. So if you want your people to make sure they're catching up with the work buddies, that is one way that you can do that. But this is where all of our announcements, any lives that we do that, we want you to know about. This channel goes to any other server that follows this channel. So I try to keep this one as clean as possible and just here's what you absolutely need to know. Down here in the server announcements, this announcement channel stays within community or the Work Buddy community server only. It doesn't get pushed out to anybody else. That I know of, unless you choose to follow. I don't think I have ways to lock off certain spaces. So if your server is following the server announcements, that might be too much. You want to unfollow that one and make sure you follow only the announcements. So right here is another one to keep your eyes on. Anything that I want buddies to absolutely know, I'll use the buddy tag and that will alert anybody with that tag, which is all of us. And this is where you can keep up on anything that we've changed, especially with Discord. A lot of us are neurospicy in one way or another. Change is really, really hard. So as we're doing a bunch of changes now, this is where you're going to find, hey, here's what I've done. Here's what's coming up in the next wave of changes so that you have that time to kind of take a deep breath and process and know that something's coming. We don't want anybody to be surprised right now with anything. So the server announcements, we share our lives. Our schedule gets shared in both the server announcements and the announcements when we're on top of it. And what that looks like is this. So we've got all of our threads. I guess not. Let me try to find an older one for when things are a little bit back to normal. Might have to scroll a minute because again, it's been a minute. Okay, so when things are back to normal, this is a good view. So you can see that Ty was carrying us. I think Helene hit us the morning. I lost power on September 26th, and I was gone for about 4 weeks as we were going to our safe house. We were down in Florida with family while things were up here going crazy. But if we had stayed up here, we would have been off the grid, completely out of communication for about 4.5 weeks. And cell service didn't even return to us until about 3.5 weeks after Helene hit. So it was pretty, we were off grid as a whole community over here. So when things are in normal, this is what our schedule looks like. So Miss A, I know you're saying I can't find it. It'll be in the announcements, and it also gets shared into the server announcements. So on the Discord side, this is where you would find that. And we would have your list of hosts with all of their links. These are going to have to change because not all of us are on TikTok. So We're making those changes in the background. So like for me right now, you'll see that I'll be using my TikTok. So that's the link that we'll share. I know for Tulpa, they're going more on the YouTube side. So we would share their YouTube link for that so that you have an easy way to get to all of your hosts. And then same thing here. And then we would post our schedule graphics. Again, these graphics are going to change. Instead of seeing TikTok host weekly schedule, you're going to see Work Buddy live host schedule. And so it would be like Tulpa, here's their time on YouTube. Jamie with their time on TikTok or whatever platform each host is using. So that's another way, and this will also be shared to our website. So you'll know who's hosting when and where. So that's one of the changes that is going to be new to us, because we typically were just strictly really on TikTok, and now we're branching out. So that's where you would find that. And then I typically would pin this in each week, and you can find those pins up here. You'll just click that pin, and then anything that we want to save, like this one's a little bit outdated, you can jump to it, right? So you can see what that was. And then I want to take that out just because we have, oh wait, I can't because I'm on my buddy account. So I'll have to do that later. So any pin is like your quick access. We have things that stay here so that you don't have to go and search for it. So like our birthday buddy calendar, you can get your birthday added to the list. Anything that we want you to know about. And again, I have to go through and clear this out. But we'll also pin the schedule in there. And what that would look like is, let's say, I don't know if I can pin on here. I can't, so I can't even show you. But I would pin it, and then it would pop in up there, and you'd be able to easily access it that way. Again, you can go through all of these. A couple things I do want to point out. Since this can be overwhelming, especially as you get down to here, this is where our like pick a conversation, any convo. And we have a pocket for anything you want to talk about. And this can be overwhelming. So there's a couple ways to kind of shut this down. If you look at this little arrow right here on your Discord, if it's pointing down, it's going to show you every single room in there, okay? If it's pointing sideways, it's only going to show you the rooms that you have not caught up in. So if there's been activity going in a space, but you haven't opened that space and caught up to that conversation, that's how you can kind of take away some of that mess and only see what you still need to catch up on. So there's that. And if somebody, let's see, who is in the Discord? I thought I saw Lisa. Not Lisa. Okay, so Michelle, I don't know if they have ears on me. Steph, if you have ears, or maybe Elton. If somebody could go through and let's do buddies discuss. If you can just say, hey, we're testing something out, and then hit send, we should see that pop because I was already caught up. So once that gets bumped, it's going to pop in over here, and that's how that continues to show you things so you don't miss anything. Again, I don't know if anybody has ears on me, so we might not get that example. And I don't have my other account anywhere else. So, all right, we'll just come back to that. So, but that's what that would be like. If you go back up here to Browse Channel, which is at the very top right underneath Events, you can clear this out yourself. Anything you don't want to follow, you want to unfollow, uncheck this. This is how you can check everything. And like again, definitely follow the announcements or the server announcements. Maybe you want to welcome in all of our new buddies. Let's say you don't want to miss birthday buddies, so you want that. So you can go through here and pick the stuff that you want access to. Okay, so same thing. We'll unfollow. We want to be in the main chat. Okay, we want to make sure we know where all of our hosts are moving to as we're merging our links into this. Let's see. Trying to give you guys a clear. Let's say you hang out with the Discord buddies in the video room, so you can even choose the video room. Anybody, like when I go live, I push the stream in there, especially now because some buddies don't have access to TikTok. This is how they can still be part of the TikTok live streams right now. Let's say you like hanging out with the buddies, you want to make sure that room is always visible. Let's say you like playing games, like video games, you can go in here and hang out. We do reading buddies and movie buddies. Movie buddies is a big hit, so let's make sure we can still see that. And then down here, you can go through and click on conversations that you care about or you want to be part of or you want to keep up with. Go and click random conversations, blah, 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 blah. You will never see anything. Look how much it's cleaned it up over here. Anything that you don't have checked will not show up for you. And so that's another way to kind of keep that space clear and clean and just applicable to you. So it's very user friendly and you can curate it to what you do want to see. Because some of these conversations you don't really care about, or maybe it just has you just don't care about. You don't want to see it. You're not going to miss anything. This is how you can do that. And then eventually, as I start learning more about the behind the scenes, let me go reset this. That way we can, if anybody has questions, I can still see everything. What was I saying? I don't remember. Anyways, this is where you choose your channels to clear it up. Okay. What's next? What is next? Okay, so you're a new buddy. You're coming into the Discord. Hello, Michelle. So you're coming into the Discord and you're like, okay, I want to join a room. Monday through Fridays, the biggest room that we have is Discord Buddies. That's where a lot of people go. And then we have all of these other rooms you can choose from. Again, if you've only have selected rooms, you would only see those rooms. You won't see every single thing. So like Swifties hanging out, especially during the Eras tour, we would all hang out there. We would do our Swift ball or our masterminds together. I'd push Tessa's stream in and then I'd have my backup stream. So I basically did what Tess would do on TikTok, we did here in the Discord. And we would push Tessa's stream in, and if she somehow went down, I'd have my backups, whether it was on YouTube or TikTok or what have you. And that's how we would hang out and watch those tour shows together. Bubble buddies, because we actually have buddies who do actual gardening, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So in the work buddies, if you want to hang out and chill with your buddies and blow bubbles together and relax, that is the space that you would do that. It is locked for age, so we do have it set for an 18 age and above on that. What else? So that's that. So now you want to enter a work buddy, because again, this is body doubling central for the community. What you would do, and again, we'll go through the mobile side on a different day. We're just doing the desktop side, which honestly I like better. I feel like it's less glitchy that way. And then you can see a lot more. So we're going to enter this stream. When you enter this stream, you definitely want to make sure down here that you are closed mic. Honestly, I would just get in the habit of making sure you are closed mic before you enter into any space. That way you know that you're safe when you open your mic on what you want people to hear or not hear. Deafening, this just takes away any sound. So let's say I have myself deafening, but like Steph is talking inside the Discord room. I won't hear anything, any noises that Discord makes, I won't hear, which is really, really great for all of our workers, our 9-to-5s, especially if they're back in the office. They'll know for sure, like their Discord is not going to make any noise and people at work are not going to hear anything. So those are those couple buttons right there. When you are in the streaming room, you're going to see you're kind of popped in over here. If anybody is on camera, which it looks like everyone is off camera right now, you would see that little box, which we saw that box until Michelle, who is a new mother, and we do have a lot of parents in the community. So when they're dealing with babies and their kids, we're on and off camera throughout the day, and that's with anybody. Whatever you are most comfortable with, you don't have to have your camera on. You can keep it off the entire time, and then when you're comfortable, you can have your camera on. So it's totally up to each buddy. So if we want to get into it, you would click right here, okay? And that's how you see everything. Honestly, I hate this, but it's probably because I do a lot of behind the scenes. So if you're trying to do stuff over here, you lose this window. So one way to do that is this pop out button is a great button to be friends with. Yeah, you're fine, whatever you're comfortable with. So if you pop that out, it will actually take you completely out of the window. Okay, so now we have the Discord window. We can do whatever we want and go to any of the other channels that we see. Let me add this source. Give me 1 second. We're going to capture this new window. And you're going to see my pop out. Live host streaming. Now we have a separate window here, okay? So there is that. Wait, now we have 2 windows. Okay, let me redo this one. Reset. Let's just get rid of it. Delete. Add source. Bear with me, buddies. I am coming back. I should have paid attention. I thought it held on to that window, but it took me with you. Okay, so now here's our Discord. I want the cursor to show on this window. Okay, so now we are popped out. There's Steph, so you can see Steph right there. No, why are you going back over there? We want the other. Well, this is annoying. Okay, so I might not be able to do this one. Let's do this one and stay there. Okay, so now we're popped out. You've got your window down here so you can still see your room. Give me a second. I don't think the TikTok studio is, they're having a hard time with this. So when you're in your window over here, you can return it back to app. You can stay on top. Here's how you would access all of your, let's see if we can bump that up. Since it won't let me, I'm just gonna get rid of one of these windows so that we're not confused. Okay, so we're just gonna do a tutorial here. These buttons down here, you've got your server sounds. We don't really use this, although sometimes I like to make the buddies, so if it's applicable, I'll hit this, and then you hear the, oh no, that I do on TikTok. So we can add sounds in here as a community and come up with our own things. Same thing here, you can find your perfect emojis. You can add emojis into the community. I think you may need to have a Nitro or some version of a premium Discord account to do that, but if I'm wrong, please let me know. Here is where you can turn on your camera. So I can turn my camera on. I'm currently using this camera, which is what I typically would use. So right now it's gonna turn on my laptop camera and you're gonna see that view. So that's my camera over here, and this is how we body double. So Steph and I were working really hard. Hey Steph, how you doing? Yeah, da, da, da. We're working. Okay, now we're gonna go over here and be like, oh my God, my coworkers. Annoying, right? Or whatever. And then you can send that, you can chat. They've got awesome gifts. If you're in a focus session, especially if you're watching the live stream, you'll be able to see the timers that we have. I know up in Discord, our Discord host will have a window streaming that can run their own music. Typically we'll stream in YouTube music that way. And then we've got timers that are set over there. We've got bots that we can all be learning about that has a lot of tools in terms of setting your tasks and your intentions or to-dos, setting your session timers. I can eventually have each room, especially the focus body doubling room, to have auto posts go in there every so often, so we can do like a time zone lunch midday reset reminder, and that'll post, you know, a 12, 1, 2, and 3 for each time zone buddies to see that. So there's a lot of things that we can do over there. Sorry. What else? If you are in the middle of a focus session, so let's say we're in the Discord buddies and Lars has their timer and it's a work session. This chat can get very distracting, especially up there because they have their own little vibe, and I love the chaos that they're able to create. So one tip that I like to say is when we're in a focus session, close that chat. Don't pay attention to it. Leave it alone, and then when it's a break time, open that chat up, catch up with the chat, throw your to-dos in there, whatever chaos you want to create. And then it's time to focus. You just close that window back up and go back, to focusing. You can close your camera. Did our internet go down? Swipe out and come back. If you swipe out and come back, it should fix it. Let me go ahead and put that in over here as well. Are we good? I want to make sure that people can hear us because I don't want to move on if we are having issues. So throw something over in the chat like, okay, we're good to go. Let's move on. We good? We good? And now you just saw, that's an example of like a buddy popping in and hanging out. That's how you come in. You can even set right here before you come in, you can click that little caret down. You can blur your background. You can add custom backgrounds. You can do that, and it would green screen you if you're in a place like a coffee shop, you don't want people around to see like where you're at. A lot of our office workers will do it that way, so that's one way that you can change things. Again, by using this little caret. You can change your camera. So like when I'm in Discord, I typically use my camera, my little Logitech webcam. So that's how I would change the camera back and forth. Right now, you're on the integrated one, so buddies see me over here. What else do I want to show you? To screen share. So let's say you're watching movies. If you're like in the middle, like I am behind on Grey's Anatomy. I just started season, I think last time we talked about it was like season 12, and everybody's like, oh my God, you're super behind. I'm like, no, I'm just like a season. My dyslexia hit me that day. I'm actually on season 21, not season 12. So I could be like, oh, I want to hang out and watch Grey's Anatomy with some buddies. I can go in the TV room, pull that up on the desktop, and then you're going to hit share your screen here. And let's say this is the Grey's Anatomy that I'm streaming in. So I can set that over there. I will say if you are streaming anything, whether it's video games, movies, TV show, what have you, it is worth the money to do Nitro. It does get super, super glitchy. The account I am walking you through is my buddy account. So I've taken off every single role except buddies so that I can see what you guys would typically see. But let's say I'm on my Nitro account. You won't see all of this. You get the highest viewing of Nitro. Unfortunately, I can't afford more than one Nitro account. We're already paying for 2 Nitros, mine and Griffin's. So my Jamie Work Buddy account is where my Nitro is. So I would go live, and then Steph would be like, oh yeah, it's TV time, and they would click to watch the stream, and then that video would come up, and then you can watch alongside. You can keep your viewing like this. I personally like to go up here. You can choose your focus and have whatever is streaming as the main character, as I would say. And you can stretch this out. So as you make your window bigger or smaller, it will make your streaming window bigger or smaller. And then it drops all the buddies down here. Honestly, I wish it would be up top, but that's just me. When you're done streaming, you can stop your stream. Or if you are, hey, Steph, do you have a window or something that you could push a stream in so we can show them that side? So if I'm a viewer and I'm hopping in and Steph is she's hosting the stream. Just pop up any window, whatever, just something that you're okay sharing. So Steph is in charge. She's doing a movie night or what have you, or maybe streaming in YouTube music during focus sessions. So when Steph gets their stream up and running, let's put you back on the normal grid. We're all sitting here. We're getting ready for the day. Everybody's like popping in and setting their workspace, or, if it's movie night, their popcorn or dinner or whatever. And then we will wait. I'm going to take a drink. Steph is getting that all set up for us so that you can see what that looks like as somebody who wants to watch somebody else's stream. Do 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 do. Always. So Steph is getting, oh wait, that's Michelle. So Michelle's popping in. She's like, all right, I'm ready to start the day. Here we are. We're body doubling. They chose to turn their camera on. You see how Michelle, she is one of our 9 to 5 workers, and she deals with a lot of classified information that we don't want to hear, and she doesn't want to get leaked out. So she has her account on Deafened, which means she can be in the office and have Discord running so she can still have her community with her, but her work is not hearing any banging or any noises, or if somebody comes in hot mic, it does not distract Michelle at all. So that's what the deafened does, and that's how you know if you're deafened. This is the icon to say your mic is locked. It will not let you share. Dang it, I wonder why. Can anybody who wants to and is able to push a stream in right now? Hello, Rita. Good morning, love. Yeah, too many jump scares, yeah. And that's where mobile is the worst. You can come in and you have your mic hot, or not hot, have it muted, and then it just randomly opens up. And so I'm encouraging buddies, but especially those who are on the team, to open their mic up and be like, hey, Michelle, your mic is hot. And if we can't get your attention, then we will server mute you and let you know, hey, your mic went hot. We server muted you. Go ahead and mute your mic. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll take the server mute off. And that basically just makes sure that whatever you're doing, private conversations, work conversations, what have you, is not being heard by the community. So it's our way to protect you and your privacy. But we always reach out and let you know, like, Michelle, you're hot mic'd. I server muted you. Get yourself situated. Let me know when you're good, and I'll take that off. Because if that server mute stays on you, Michelle won't be able to have a hot mic in the server at all. Like, she'll just be able to communicate through text, and that's it. And some buddies are like, no, can you please leave that on? Because I only use it with mobile, and I'm tired of going hot mic. And so we just keep that on until they tell us otherwise. For mobile, Michelle is saying, go to settings, turn microphone access off. So that's one way, and we can post that over in the chat channels or whatnot to let other buddies know to just turn your mic off for mobile devices. But if you do want to use your mic, you'll just have to remember to go and reactivate that setting. All right, it doesn't appear that we're going to have any screen sharing happening. So there's some kind of glitch. I don't know. Maybe I'm the problem. So if there is, the box will pop up, but you won't see anything in that box until you click to watch stream. And then this button becomes a double layer button. So when you're done watching the stream, you can click that button to end the stream, and then you'll get out of the stream and you'll be reset back to this. And then, oh, it's time for me. I got to go and get the kids from school, buddies. I'll see you later. There's a couple ways we do this. And this is different for everybody. For me, typically, I will just turn off my camera and let them know, hey, I'm AFK, I'm doing XYZ, I'll see you guys later, because I know that I'm going to come back and get back to work or just hanging out with the community. If you're out for the day, a lot of our office workers, they have to close up their laptop and take it home with them. So they'll be like, all right, I'm done for the day. I'm going to head home. I might pop in later. I'll see you all later. If I don't see you today, I'll see you tomorrow, blah, 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 like whatever. So to get out of that room, you would disconnect. Okay, boom, we're gone. And now it pops it back up. And so it'll take you back to your server here. You can see that I have exited that room. I am no longer there. We're good to go. You can close this up, head out for the night. So that's a little bit of that video live stream walkthrough for you right there. Those of you, I'll be back later. I'm going to finish this walkthrough, and then we'll check in with the chat. So if there's anything that I've missed and you put it on the Discord, just let me know. Okay, so I think we got pretty good settings here. If you guys have any questions when it comes to utilizing all of this and to see what to see, let me know if I've missed anything. I do want to go through personal settings. So if you go into this user settings list, okay, in here is where you can do whatever you want to do. You can set up your profile, have all of your content, however you want to set this. So you can see mine. Data and privacy, you can toggle whatever you want. This is just where mine has been set since we started Discord. Family sharing, we don't really use because the kids don't have that access. I don't think that, or Griffin and I just haven't really set it up, but maybe we should. This one is fairly new as people are migrating to Discord more outside of just video gaming and hanging out. Here you can have all of your authorized apps. Anything like, we were playing the Chef Showdown, which is one of the games here in the Discord. So that'll be there. You can take things off, add things on that way. Devices, this is a new button, so I don't really know, but this is any device that has access to your account, I'm assuming. So if you see that something looks weird, or like, I don't have that account, or I don't have that device any longer, you can get rid of it that way as well. Connections, you can add all of your connections here, which on my other account, you see a lot more on that as I'm the Work Buddy. So all of the Work Buddies account is over there. I probably do need to go and update as things have been added. And we have new apps that are in the process of getting ready to launch into beta or coming out of beta and launching out to public. So off the top of my head, I know Neptune, I've got Work Buddies 21 or 721. I can't remember which one I did locked in. Somebody took Work Buddies, so if it's one of us, let me know so we can get that transferred over to me, because I know another buddy said, hey, I went ahead and locked in workbuddies.net, so once that app is up and running, I can release it so I can grab it. And I'm like, perfect, that works out just fine. I know that 5.3 or 3.5, dyslexia, so I don't know. That app I've got locked in with Work Buddies. So as those apps come out to the public, we'll add it to all of our places. Clips, we have clips here. If you don't want people to have any recorded clips within the Discord, you can turn that off. I'm pretty sure I have that feature turned off in the Discord. If not, I will go do that because I don't really see a reason why anybody needs to record anything within the server. Let me know if I'm correct, or if you guys want that, we can talk about that. Here is where you can choose if you want. Now, like when I first started, it was the free version or Nitro, and now they kind of have different Nitro brackets. So I go for the full Nitro. We pay $100 a year for it. I don't know if that's going to change, but they have all these things so you can go through and figure out what is best for you. It tells you the breakdowns on what you get with what. Right here, HD streaming, which is why I have that. You get the best 4K streaming, which works out really well when you're doing movie buddies or TV buddies or what have you. You're going to jump down to domestic buddies, get your weekend going. We'll see you soon. I'll be over on that side. Like once we're done with the walkthrough and the questions and answers, I'm going to shut this down, go take a reset break, like a good 15-minute reset. And then I'm going to come back and we'll do cleaning buddies here on TikTok as well. So that'll be coming up next. If you wanted to server boost, whether it's Work Buddies or you're in any other servers, you can go and boost those servers. And so it tells you those server boosts. What do you get with each level? We are currently maxed out, but we can still use more. Because again, the more stuff that we unlock, the more features we get as a server that I can implement and make things better for us. I know stages are new. So right now, I don't know where our stage is, or I'm still learning about that, but it would basically be like we have people on the stage and then we've got the audience viewers. So as you have more boost in the servers, those rooms get bigger and bigger for us. And that comes with community growth as well. So those are just a few things. You can kind of go through here, set your billing, all of that. You can set your appearance, how you want things to look for your Discord. It's very customizable. Accessibility, go through that if you're having any issues. Just kind of make sure, you want guild names, like however. So this is all for you to figure out. Voice settings. This is where you want to go and make sure whatever mic or stuff, because like I have an actual Samson mic, so I want to make sure this mic is connected. My webcam has a built-in mic. My laptop has it. So those are 3 different mics. So if you want to make sure you can toggle in between what mic, this is where you can set it for your server. You can have voice activity to where when you are hot mic'd, it just picks up anything. Or if you want to make sure, the push to talk might be good for a lot of our working buddies. When you have this toggled, even if you are height mic'd, you would have to push a button. Mine is set for spacebar. So if I had that toggle and I want to talk, I have to hold the spacebar and talk, kind of like a walkie-talkie. Think of it like that. And so that's another way for you to kind of curate on that. And then you can just go through and figure out all of these settings. If you want to kind of take a screenshot of what my settings are when it comes to being able to hear and see things, this has been working for me. So you can go through and see if that's going to work for you. Play with the buttons, learn these buttons, and then you can reset at any time and start from scratch, and what have you. Let's see, notifications. Here, you can go through and set up what notifications you want, and this works on both desktop and in your mobile. So for the desktop versions, you can go through. I, as an ADHDer, hate sound. I literally turn off notifications for everything, whether it's on my computer or on my mobile devices or tablets, and you can do that too. Or if you want to be alerted on certain things, you can go through and pick out what things you want sound to come through on. So take a little walk through that on your side and see what works best for you. Keybinds, something for you to also learn. You can attach different keybinds for things like editing messages, like little shortcuts, if you will. I don't really care about that. If there's anything else you want me to walk you through on that side, please let me know. And I think we are ready for questions and answers. So hopefully, if you are still here and you have any questions, put them in the chat right now. I'll keep my eyes open over there. If we don't have any questions, at least you have a little bit of a walkthrough. If I've missed something, you're like one of the buddies who've been here for a minute. You're like, oh, no, we need to show them this. Put it in the chat. I'll wait for a little bit because I know there is a delay. If nothing comes in, we'll go ahead and just say goodbye. If you do have any questions, we have this little button right here, part of the channel, Discord Help. Put your questions in there, and if you're like, I can't find that, just wherever you land, put it in the main chat. Use the @ symbol so you can @ people here. Where's my keyboard? @ moderators. I have a great team who knows enough to help you figure out stuff. So that's how you can get anybody with the moderator tag's attention. @ admin, which I think it's just Griffin and I would get those. I know that Bill he's like, you need to stick out. So he told me to add an @boss lady. It's just another admin. It's the same setting as an admin account. And then I have my little behind the scene workers that do a bunch of stuff for me. Whether it's with Discord or what have you, as chaos creators or coordinators, you can also tag them. They have most admin powers, and that tag is very selective because if we give it to the wrong person, we could somebody could take over the server and all of us would be locked out, and we don't want that. So I'm very, very selective on that. And then our Discord, what's it called? Discord, and we can change this name because there we go. Discord Padawan helpers. If it's Discord related, these people on these tags are very versed or versed enough to be able to help you, but they also have certain admin powers to make changes, to utilize bots and bring bots in and stuff. So those are my little helpers because sometimes I just can't be over here. So that's one way to get attention from somebody. I do have it locked off to where buddies cannot use the buddy tag. It's strictly for, I believe, moderators, and admin is the only one who can alert buddies because it was just getting too alerty. It was bothering a lot of us. So we only keep the ability to use the buddy tag and get the buddy's attention for the absolute needs to knows. And if you wanted to get attention of somebody, like let's say you're in the main chat, Meek Pie's like, oh my gosh, I'm here. You can hit reply. There's a bunch of these buttons, so get familiar with those buttons. You can drop it down to have a better view. You can emote, react to it. You can just go down here. You can reply so that you get so fun. Thank you so much. So fun. Thank you so much for hosting. or, on my way, and then Meek Pie would get that alert. Let's say you saw something earlier in the week and you are like, oh, I wanted to follow up on Jamie with that. You can individually tag whatever buddy you want to tag and they'll get those alerts. So that's one way that you can still alert people and get their attention without using that buddy tag. We keep that for the needs to knows. Up here is all of your pins, your threads for each of the channels. You can show the member list, which shows you everybody who is actively online. Sometimes this gets too busy for people. They don't want to see that. So if you're like, how do I get rid of this? You're going to go up to your top screen and you're going to hit hide member list, and that goes away. All of your notifications, and I believe this is for your account. It's not for server specifics. So if you're like, how do I get my notifications? You would click that button. You can do your, mentions, your unreads, your for yous, whatnot. So that's where you can toggle that, and they have little filters up here that you can choose from as well. So if you see a red dot, odds are you have a new notification to go and look at. If you have somebody who is directly messaging you, that is where you would find that. So you could click that and have all of your message. I do believe you have to be mutuals with each other to utilize the DMs. So that's how you would find direct messages, is that upper corner button. What else? Let's go back in. This is the list of your servers. So whatever server you're part in, my other account is just like, because I'm, following the Discord servers to learn about all the new stuff that they come out, any code changes and stuff. So there's a lot of behind the scenes. All the new apps that we're trying to get plugged in, I'm in their Discord, keeping an eye on it for us. So that gets overwhelming over there. What else? If you wanted to search for something, this is a way to search it, and it kind of walks you through. So let's say you saw something. Let's go up here. Somebody we haven't seen post in a minute. Jody. You're like, oh my God, I haven't heard from Jody. I wonder if they're okay. You can go and get Jody's user, and anything that Jody has posted in this server will pop up. So you can do new, old, or relevant and toggle between that. But if you're like, I haven't seen Jody here in a while, maybe I'm just missing them, I want to make sure they're okay. Are they alive? Well, Jody just said something yesterday. So odds are Jody's good. They're taking a day. That's one way to kind of do a buddy check-in, if you will. Or if you've lost a conversation, this is how you can go and find that. It works the same way. Let's say you're like schedules. I haven't seen a schedule in a minute. You can type that in, and anything that has the schedule in the message will pop in. If you go down far enough, you'll see, the Dino auto stuff that hits, the main chats, Jamie's live, schedule. So anything that has the word schedule in it would pull all of those up so that you can go and find whatever it is that you need to find. So it's another way to search. Okay, questions. Discord always feels overwhelming. It's good to know the highlights. Great walkthrough. Perfect. Again, if you do have any questions that pop up later, please go into the Discord help, ask those questions. You can even say, hey, Jamie, I was on your live today and a question popped up, and put that there, because then I can go back and show you, or when I do that YouTube official live, I can create a list of the need to knows. All right. I don't see any questions coming up over here. There's about 7 of us here now. So I think we are safe to go ahead. And I'm going to end this live, and I'm going to go have a bio break. I know I need to switch laundry, so I'm going to do a reset. So if you need to do a reset, now is a perfect time to go and do that. When I come back, so give me like 15 minutes, I will be back on the mobile side, and I'm going to be doing cleaning buddies. So we'll be in the kitchen. I've got laundry to fold, dishes to do, kitchen reset, kitty bins, need poopy scoopies, whatever else my brain says we need to do, we'll be doing. So thank you for hanging out with me. If I'm able to pull this out of here, I will, and chop off chop off the front part and load it into YouTube. And once it's loaded in there, I can share that link into the Discord. But again, with everything that's been changing, I cannot figure out how to pull my lives off anymore. So that's why I've been trying to go live and doing the live walkthroughs. We will do another walkthrough later, so I will go ahead and post something over in the main chat of Discord to see what time would be best for everybody, whether it's like early afternoon, early evening, or like after bedtime. I know my kids, Griffin does a pretty good job. If I'm like, hey, I really need to focus on work buddies, here's a list of what I need the kids to get done, and he just goes and does it. So if I need to take that route, I can. Or typically after about 8:30, Augie is typically done with me. I'm trying to have him obey my boundaries a little bit more. His bedtime during school nights, so Sunday through Thursday, we're doing tuck-ins at 7:30, and I'm supposed to be done with him by 8. Weekends, it's a little bit different, so I start his tuck-ins about 8:15, and then I'm done by 8:30, depending if he goes to sleep quickly. So there's that. Go do your reset, brush your teeth, brush your hair, put on your cleaning clothes or your work shoes if you need some body doubling. There's already Buddy's head like over in the domestic buddies room. That's where I'll be, and I'll push the live stream in once I'm live again. And then I'll see you in about 15-20 minutes max. I'm going to go do my things, get the laundry train moving, bio break, get the dogs outside, get a snack because I don't think I've had anything to eat today, and then I'll be back for cleaning buddies. So I'll see you all soon. And again, if you have questions, just ask in the Discord, or you can just DM me directly, and I'll see it that way as well, okay? All right, I'll see you all in about 15 minutes. Make sure you spread the word, let the buddies know we will be back for cleaning buddies.